Are live. What's up, my brothers and sisters of the left hand path and everything weird in between? I'm here with my good friend, Lord Byron Jester. He's the guy who he's my radionics technician. He's the guy that builds all of the new badass radionics machines that we were selling on jsgarrett.net. And we're doing this live stream because two reasons. One is to advertise Black Friday through New Year's sale on all our radionics machines. We're going to be selling all of them at 40% off from Black Friday up until New Year's. And two, he has created a brand new machine that nobody has ever seen before, including myself. I've yet to get my hands on one. I will be buying like probably the first one off the assembly line, other than his prototypes. But anyway, thank you for coming back on with me, brother. How you been doing?
Great, man. Everything's going great out here in the great nation of Desiree.
Oh yeah.
To anyone, that's Utah.
Utah. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Utah is one of the most beautiful states I've ever been to. You know, I've been out there, I guess 3 different times now to visit with my brother EA co-editing for boot camps. And dude, every time I go out there, I'm just like in awe of how gorgeous the desert is. You know.
Yeah, it's a different kind of beauty, though. You know, I moved out here from Western Washington, so totally Utah's pretty, but it doesn't got nothing on Western Washington. The Pacific Northwest is just unbelievable. It's amazing out there.
Yeah, I've yet to go to Western Washington. Don't you have like the redwood forests up there and stuff? Like they filmed like Twilight and shit, like the big pretty forest.
Yeah, that's out in Forks. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Man, where we used to live, we live right on 2 lakes, plus there's another 2 lakes, like, just like a couple minutes away from us. Like, by a couple of minutes, I mean literally like 2 or 3 minutes just down the road. And then we had like this giant mountain, amazing well water. It was like the cleanest water in the whole state, which is like the cleanest water in the whole country, you know?
Yeah. So, which is getting harder and harder.
Washington's beautiful, man. I love Washington, huh?
Clean water is getting harder and harder to find. As far as like well water and tap water, like
we had to get a like a pretty large, pretty heavy duty reverse osmosis machine when we moved in here. The water here was so bad, dude, my dog wouldn't even drink it.
Dude, I'm in NC. I don't drink the tap water here. No. I won't even make coffee with it, man. I'll pour a bottle of water into my coffee maker,
Yeah. Totally.
Even though it's boiling, they're boiling the water as it's making the coffee. I still ain't drinking that shit.
No, hell no.
But, let's see. We got Travis Keenan up in the house. What's up, brother? You guys have seen me do a video with Travis and his lovely wife Elsa in the past. We got El the Alchemist in the chat. He's here.
Yeah.
And Dan Best is here. What's up, bro? And then G 9.87 says, yo. We just got a super chat from Aisha. Thank you very much.
Yeah, already sending the love. That's great.
Absolutely. So I guess should we get right into the new machine that you've created? Like, where do you want to start, man? I mean, we never have like a script or a game plan to do one of these lives. Like, we decided to do them last minute. And we're just like, okay, we got this, and that we want to talk about, and the rest of it's just organic. So,
yeah, let's get into it, man. So, I made it out of an impulse. I was already making a couple of machines, and I just bought some more materials and everything, so I had extra supplies, and it just kind of popped in my head. So it was more of an impulse. I'll just show everyone right here. All right, so what we got going on? Oh, okay. So copper input plate, copper output plate. And whenever I build machines for myself anyway, I always put the copper output plate and just kind of save the stick plates. But I have a tiny stick plate right here.
Okay.
Tiny black stick plate. So it's black varnish, so it's a black box with a little black stick plate. The copper is looking a little dull right now. It still has the protective sleeve on it. I haven't taken that off yet. It's a lot shinier with that off. Got an antenna. Wow. And then the best part, okay, so we also have, the 2 input jacks, 2 output jacks. But the best thing going on with it is it has 2 amps.
Yeah, that's what you're
It has
explaining to me when we talked a couple days ago, you had two amplifiers in here.
yeah, yeah, and it has two, like, not just two amps, it has two beefy blockbuster fucking amps, you know? One amp is a preamp, and then the other is the auxiliary amp. So
Right.
so the your psychic intent, your signal, boom, is getting amplified, boom, right away, right off the gate. And then you dial your rate, getting amplified again. And then, so and with the antenna, you don't even need an output, like a witness on the output. You can just use it as a broadcaster,
All right.
or still use it to potentize objects like I do. Yeah, super, super potent, super
So,
super beefy. It
so I
has a lot
mean,
of weight to it, man. It's a heavy machine.
yeah, I
Also
mean,
has
you
a
showed me
couple
the
extra crystals.
inside of it a few nights ago when we talked. When you told me about this, like you opened it up and showed me the inside, and I was just like, "Holy shit, dude!" Like, I mean, I've seen radionics machine. Like, I've opened up a lot of radionics machines, and sometimes I open it up and it's like, yeah, it looks like somebody took a shit in the box. You know, it was just like fucking, hot glue everywhere, just a total mess.
Yeah,
And you got to wonder if the wires are even all connecting. I've had a lot of people send me prototypes, but yeah, yours looks like it was made in a factory. Like it looks
yeah, the
professional.
inside, yeah, it's no joke. There's not even a lot of room in there. So, you have the 9 crystals on each of the dials, but then there's also another, was it 7 crystals? There's 16 crystals total. And each crystal has a job. So it's not like I'm just putting crystals in there for no reason.
Yeah.
So
See, Dan Best says, "Are those on the website yet?" Uh, Not as of right now, but they will be as of Black Friday when we start the sale.
yeah. And
Correct?
I think I'm gonna run these just temporary right now because I don't want to use the same wooden boxes with these. I want to find a much better case. But since I made it for myself, I mean, just as soon as it came out, man, I was like, I have to tell people about this, you know. So that
Yeah.
was when I was excited and called you up right away. Yeah, it was
Have
just
you
beautiful.
have you done any operations with it yet? Like anything crazy?
Nothing crazy yet. No, no. Uh,
So
I
so my next question is like, do we want to see if we can blow something up with it, or do we want to like try to heal some cancer or something? Like, what do you think it's best for?
See. I'm glad you mentioned that because if we're already going to offer this beefed up machine, and like I said, I just kind of want to run it temporary, probably through the sale for now. So basically, just for people that are cool enough to be in on the know, and because I really want to get a better casing for it. But there was a client that I made a war machine for, and I just happened to have extra stuff, so I was nice and beefed up his war machine for him. And what I did with that one was I encased each of the crystals, and these are crystals that are programmed specifically for the war machine. They're programmed, to do some van damage. And so what I did was I encased the crystals in a an orgone core, and I use powdered aluminum in there because aluminum is one of the metals that attracts a lot of the deadly orgone. So so each crystal is encased in this deadly orgone machine filled with quartz sand and quartz crystal that is programmed for
Oh yeah.
programmed to do some van damage, like I said. Uh, so I could probably do, you know, a beefed up war machine too. That would be basically just like this,
Okay.
but with the deadly orgone core, and that's
I like
each
it.
crystal is getting its own deadly orgone core.
I like it.
So it's also going to have a really high IQ on top of. And another cool thing with aluminum is it's not grounded. So anyone who's ever made orgone, and there's so much misinformation about orgone, first of all, but I'll get into that in a second, I guess. But uh, it's not a grounded metal, and when you use orgone that's not grounded and it's coiled right, it it has such a long pull. Like if you have like like a hockey puck, right? Like a piece of orgone that's about that big around and maybe like that thick.
All right.
That's not grounded, is made correctly with a lot because I use powdered metals too. I don't use shards. I use powdered metals because you get so much more surface area out of it, and you get like 10 times more potency out of it. But
Yeah.
if you take a small orgone accumulator and you coil it right, and it's not grounded, it can pull energy from clear across the room. I mean, honestly, it could probably pull energy from 20, 30 yards away. You know, it
Okay.
just and that's one of the things too with Oregon is I don't think people understand what it is and what it's doing. You know, that's okay. But anyway, I could but we can also offer that one too. I mean, that's not even yeah. So
Well,
and
it's all about how many boxes you're able to build and ship out. You know, because running a sale like this, like 40% off, I think you're going to sell a lot of machines over the holidays. So you're going to be a busy motherfucker around Christmas time. You know.
yeah, well, we're kind of like bah humbug when it comes to Christmas, and we
Gotcha.
live in Utah where we don't have like a whole lot of family out here. So
Yeah.
you know, and you know, Utah is the type of place, you know, you're not exactly gonna meet friends here, you know. People here are on their own trip, you know. It's a different type of culture.
Yeah.
So
I've not
basically,
been out there. I've not spent enough time out there to like really pick up on the culture, but
yeah, I mean,
it does seem different out there than it does
yeah,
over here on the
well,
East Coast.
people are nice, you know, like, you know, if you're out in public and stuff, people are nice and polite and stuff. But they're not really friendly. You know, it's a different type of nice, you know, like down the
Yeah.
south, you know, like in the south, like if someone asks you how your day is, you don't just say fine. You know, you make some small talk with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's but yeah, it's very Mormon where I live. It's like 90% Mormon. And I think that
Yeah.
10% are probably the natives.
Let's see. We got Behemoth X in the chat. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for being here, man. I hope you're doing
Yeah.
good, and I would absolutely love to do a video or live stream with you at some point in the future. I know that's not something you really do, but if you ever change your mind, I definitely want to put my application in. We got Priest in the chat. We got Eric Whitfield in the chat. What's up, brother? It's a guy I've done some work with. He's a very cool dude. And let's see. Aisha sent us another super chat. So thank you so much. Thank you, sister.
Yeah. So yeah, I can do a War Machine version of this, and I might be able to squeeze the two amplifiers and the five orgone cores in it. And
Yeah.
if people want that, but that's I don't know. That's something we could just do word of mouth, I guess. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
maybe
that
we'll
should
see.
be more like something that people request. I mean, we
I
can,
think so too.
you know, like
And
we
it is
can.
kind of dangerous to be offering people something like that, you know. So
Well, yes, and that's because like you know, one of the baneful machines that a previous associate made, he made like nine of them, and we didn't sell them to the general public. Yeah,
yeah,
he sold one to me, he sold one to L, he sold one to EA, he sold one to Brad Graham. You know, just a handful of them. And one of my friends decided to do like a wealth ritual, a radionic wealth rite with this machine, and it had like the total opposite effect, like totally backfired on him in every way. And so he called me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, this is 100% a baneful machine. Like, you can't use it for nothing else. Like, anybody or anything you put on there, it's going to have a negative effect." I'm like, "Okay, first of all, that's fucking awesome. So now that we know that, we will use that only to fuck shit up. But I'm so glad you told me before I did a personal ride on there. Like, thank you for the
yeah,
heads up." So it's like giving those out to the public. It's kind of like, you know, I mean, a radionics machine, I look at it like an assault rifle in the first place. You know, I mean, you can use it to heal something, you can use it to manifest something, you can use it to really jack something up, blow something up, cause a house to catch on fire. You know, you can cure cancer, you can cause cancer, you know, like
yeah,
it has no conscience. All right. It's a piece of technology. You are the conscience behind that piece of technology, and it's however
yeah.
you use it. And that's how I look at magic anyway. You know, like if
So
you can
did
use it
did
for
you
good
ever
or bad.
Did you ever hear that story? You remember like the first wave of radionic practitioners, how they were all doctors, and the FDA found out a bit about it
Yeah,
and threw them all in jail and confiscated and destroyed all the machines and everything.
they did not want
They're
the general public to get their hands on this technology.
oh no,
And then
no,
the army picked it up. Like the army
yeah,
still
they,
uses
the
radiology.
government uses this stuff for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. A lot of people, and I think the Soviets have written like articles and stuff about it. But there were some doctors in the UK that got busted too, right? And this is like I don't know, like 1920s, 1930s, I'm assuming. And cancer is a death sentence back then. It's not exactly not a death sentence now, but they can buy you some time. But back then, cancer was like you're screwed at that point, right? So the judge mentioned that his wife had cancer, and the radionics practitioners were like, "Well, maybe we can help. No promises, but maybe we can help." So the judge gave them a witness sample, and cancer goes away. And then the judge is like thankful, he's just super stoked, drops all the charges.
yeah.
And I'm surprised more people don't talk about that one.
Well, that's not the kind of information that they want getting out necessarily.
No. Well, especially
Uh,
when it comes to cancer and health and stuff,
well,
I,
it's much better. It's much better for them to pretend like this is all bullshit and they're not using it too, because if everybody out there had a radionics machine, then that would level the playing field with the powers that be.
oh,
You
yeah,
know,
totally.
and we could be the same way. Like we don't want everybody to have this shit because it gives us a leg up on the rest of the world. But no, I want everybody to have one of these, just like I want everybody to have a fucking AR-15 in their closet.
Yeah, totally.
Like
Yeah.
I'm for the people. Fuck the establishment.
I
Hundred
think we should
percent
have fully
anarchy.
automatic guns. I think it's messed up. You can't have a Tommy gun.
Well, I mean, it depends on what state you live in. But no matter what state you live in, you got to have like a tax stamp and a special license for it.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think they should be able to regulate any type of weapons.
No, I mean,
If I
no.
want a fucking tank in my garage, an RPG in my closet, I should be allowed to have that because that falls under
Yeah.
my right to keep and bear arms. All right, well, I can't have that, but I can have 50 radionics machines set up in my house running to either bless my loved ones, protect me, or fuck up my enemies.
Oh yeah,
And
totally.
every time I turn around, a new enemy's dropping dead.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean, we're running out of enemies.
speaking of cancer, man, did you ever hear this one? That Aleister Crowley got cancer twice and got rid of it both times. He says he got rid of it by with magic, right? And I'm sure like energy work and yoga that he was doing at the time helped, but he really got rid of it by going on a raw vegan diet.
Hmm.
No one talks about that one either, man.
Dude, I'm just the opposite. I advocate for the carnivore diet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's easier.
well,
Cutting out
okay,
carbs is kind of important.
so before I moved up here and got a house with my lovely fiance Siren, I had been on the carnivore diet for almost a year, eating nothing but meat, mainly strip loin. I would buy like lunch meat, like ham and turkey, and munch on that too. But I'd be cooking a steak every night, and I like New York strip enough to eat that every day and be fine with it.
Dude, New York's are my favorite.
Dude, yeah, they're the best. And it got to the point where I only had to eat like once a day.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. And I
Yeah.
was good. And I might, like I said, I might snack on some ham or some turkey or whatever throughout the day. But like, yeah, I really just had to eat one meal a day. My mind was sharp. All right. And I had energy. I felt great. The little bit of fat that I had on my midsection started to melt off. My muscles felt toner and whatnot. And I was just like, dude, the carnivore diet is the way to go. So I've never even attempted to do the full on vegan thing. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's just as
Well,
good. I don't know.
vegan vegan diet's probably not the best diet, but it's going raw that where you really kind of see yourself kind of turn into a superhuman. Going raw is completely different. It's not. Yeah, one thing I would recommend anyone do is just do nothing but fresh green smoothies for 10, 20, 30 days. If you can go a whole month, do it, you know. But if you can just go 10 days, 15 days on just nothing but fresh green smoothies and juicing, you have to experience what that is at least once. You have to experience it at least once.
All right.
Because once you experience it, you can tap into it. You know, when I did just a fresh green smoothie cleanse, right? And I'm not even putting anything in the smoothie other than like water and like spinach and superfoods, moringa leaf, chlorella, spirulina, all that stuff. Uh, Within like 4 days, like all the wrinkles on my face were like gone, and I don't really have much anyway.
As
It's
I
getting a
say,
little bit worse
you're
out here
still
in the
pretty
desert.
young, bro.
Yeah, it's getting a little worse out here in the desert, man. It's super dry out here. But I like it. I like the dry actually now. But anyway, not only that, you could see your aura. You could see your aura just like bright and just like super distinct. And not only could you pick up on your aura like super intensely, you could see the aura of inanimate objects, and you could see your aura interacting with the aura of like the table and the chairs and stuff. And then you could see other people's like issues and stuff right away. Like just driving, someone driving past you, you just get this broadcast of like too much energy drinks, not enough water, too much of this, too much of that. You know, you could almost get like these downloads of people's like health problems
So by
when I did it.
just
Nuts,
by doing
dude.
that diet, you feel like it enhanced your psychic senses?
Dude, yeah. Well, I was also doing it to decalcify my pineal gland, so I was incorporating stuff like that. One of
Huh.
my favorite supplements is Mucuna prurian seed, and they also call it dopa bean because it's like 30% L-dopa by weight, which is like a precursor to dopamine. But it increases your dopamine, your serotonin, uh, your tryptamines like DMT in your
Yeah.
brain, and it increases your growth hormone. So it'll like make you happier, uh, smarter, more intuitive. You know, it's my favorite supplement, Mucuna Peruvian seed, hands down.
You're gonna have to like text me that after we hang up so that I can try it. I'm willing to try it.
Yeah, don't take it if you're on antidepressants though, because it does mess
Oh,
with your
I'm
dopamine
not.
and serotonin. So if you're on antidepressants, the two could like can't you might blow a spark plug.
Yeah, I'm not
So
on any medication. I do occasionally take a serotonin uptake.
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
but
Dan Best asked a question just a second ago. Do you think this technology illegal in the United States? I'm assuming will be or could be or whatever. I don't
eventually,
know. I don't know, because the materials to make radionics is always going to be available. Those materials are always going to exist.
yeah.
And the only thing they could really crack down on is the only thing that can really crack down on would be selling them and offering services, especially. Uh, but I have everything I'm doing under the umbrella of a church, anyways. I might be the first
Yeah.
tax exempt church that has a focus on psionics and radionics. Actually, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly a
Yeah,
while
you got to
back,
get you a
dude.
church, bro.
Yeah, I think you should absolutely do that. And
Yeah,
I think if radionics became like a major trend, like we're a very small niche market. We've got like 20 people in the chat paying
yeah,
attention to us right now. We've got a handful of people that buy these machines from us. Like, but if it ever like went viral and everybody was buying them and using them, then I think they'd find a way to outlaw them any way they could. And I personally think that one day black magic itself, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, will again be outlawed. All right, it's gonna take like a cataclysm or at least the fall of the United States, because let's be honest, I mean the U.S. here is really the only place in the world that has freedom of religion. All right, but they used to burn people at the stake here on this continent for practicing this just a century ago.
yeah.
So
Well, it was the 1600s, and I think they were mostly hung. Do you know who was responsible and signed off on the very last hanging in Massachusetts?
no.
It was Joseph Smith's the prophet of here in Utah, Joseph Smith's like great grandfather.
Mm.
Isn't that nuts? Isn't that something?
That is something. That is something. And
Yeah.
it's like, why would they go out of their way to genocide a whole religion of people. I guess you could, if you can even call it a religion, like people
Well,
that practice witchcraft and whatnot, it's because that's what they feared the most. It's like
yeah,
if this little
yeah,
old lady can put a death curse on a king and cause him to fall into ruin and die, then you know what? Like we just got to wipe them all out if we want to maintain power over these people. And so the last thing they want is a whole bunch of black magicians armed with radionic technology with an anarchist mentality saying, fuck the man, fuck the system. We're going to tear you down because we're tired of being taxed to death. We're tired of not being able to afford groceries. We're tired of fucking working 3 jobs and not having any extra time to do anything that we want. You know what? Like, what if we all just said, fuck you to the powers that be and started using black magic, witchcraft, and radionic technology to burn that system down, and it started working, absolutely they would start burning us at the stake again and hanging us again. They would outlaw
yeah.
magic, they would
Well,
outlaw witchcraft, they would outlaw radionics, and they would kill you for it.
yeah. Well, I mean, here in the UK, man, the Islamic takeover in like London. I think we're going to see in the UK in the next 5 to 10 years, magic, and they'll probably have it passed through like some type of blasphemy law. But it's only a matter of time before like Satanism and black magic is illegal in London and the UK.
Yeah.
I'm predicting within 10 years. It'll probably be within five, honestly, with how much they've
Well,
taken over.
especially now that Islam has got a foothold in the UK and they're trying to
Yeah,
take it
a
over.
lot of other places too, man. It's getting pretty scary.
Yeah.
A lot of
Oh,
people
I
don't
dare them to
understand.
come here.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the immediate threat that it is, but whatever. It's just another shitty religion. But
I dare them to
yeah,
come here.
so here's the thing though, like, and why it would be censored, is because black magic, metaphysics, spirituality, the practical spiritual modalities, all of it's real. All of it is like all that crazy shit you read about in the books. You can do that with very little difficulty. Like even advanced magical techniques are pretty fucking easy for the
They
most
are.
part. And then let's just get the ballistics straight, dude. Every sorcerer worth his salt has a kill count. Every one of them,
Mhm.
like that's just a fact, you know, even the nice ones, you
Even
know?
the nice ones.
Yeah. So, that's a thing. But but here's the problem though, man, is the propaganda machine, and I think if people were going to use a coordinated effort to try to chip away at the false reality matrix, the propaganda machine would be that linchpin. Because, dude, like, how many like people in the magic community, especially in the witchcraft community, how many of them are brainwashed as fuck? It's almost all of
Oh,
them.
a
It's like
lot of them.
80%. You know, and yeah, I mean, propaganda here in America, by far the most sophisticated propaganda in the world. Nowhere has more sophisticated propaganda than America.
Well,
So
most of the practitioners that I know lean towards the left, if not
yeah,
extreme left. And I'm
yeah,
just like, how can you be a black magician and support the left or the right? Either one. We're supposed to be
yeah,
anarchists. We're
yeah,
supposed to be adversaries and supposed to be smart enough to realize that it's not two groups that are fighting amongst each other. That's all a dog and pony show. It's one group of wealthy, powerful people that have enslaved the rest of us successfully. And
yeah,
everything that you see in politics, all the elections, all the arguing and litigation, all that, that's just to give you the illusion that you actually have a vote, that you
yeah,
actually have a say in something. The truth is we've never had a say in anything. And now that technology has surpassed our ability to keep and bear arms and do something about it, if we ever do realize that we're enslaved by tyranny, it's too fucking late. You're never going to go out and start a bloody revolution and take back your country or your freedom or anything like that. Really, the only weapon, the only fucking tool that any of us have at this point is black magic, ritual magic,
yeah,
radionics.
yeah.
And yeah, if that ever becomes a trend and it gets popular, then yeah, they will outlaw it and they will do their very best to take it away from us.
Yeah, I mean, again, man, I think if we're going to use a coordinated effort, I think chipping away at the propaganda machine would be the way to do it. Because you got all these people like trying to bind Trump and trying to bind this person, try to bind that person. And when you get to that level of politics, they're using advanced radionics protecting these people.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything to these people. You got to,
No. Dude, dude, everybody that thought Trump was their white knight, like they're getting disappointed now. Trump's owned
yeah,
by Israel, along with all the rest of our politicians that are on video, fucking little
yeah,
kids on Epstein Island. All
yeah,
right,
totally.
yeah. It really comes down to Israel. So all these people with the Jew conspiracies, they might have actually been right.
Yeah,
They might have
yeah,
actually been right because they control all the people now through essentially blackmail and leverage that control the world. And it's like,
yeah,
okay, Trump's getting rid of all these illegal South Americans, but he's also importing thousands and thousands of Chinese at the same time.
yeah. With
So,
the
and he says it's
yeah,
because Americans have no talent. We got to bring in talent from China. And it's like, okay, it sounds like China has a dick up your ass, and it
yeah. I
sounds like
mean,
Israel has a dick up your ass, and
it's all
yeah,
just show. It's all
we
just show, dude.
we can't depend on any politician to make our lives better. Let's see, we got Vidian VK Jahanam's in the house. Nina the Mystic, what's up, sister? She's in the house. Let's see, Underworld Michelle, what's up, sister? Thank you for being here. Cicero OXXX says hi, VK. Let's see. Crypto Crusader says facts. Behemoth
Yeah,
X.
cool name.
OOJS, it's on fire. LOL. Yeah. Uh, dude, sometimes I feel like I do catch on fire. Feel like I sit here and think about this shit, especially while I'm trying to sleep at night. Like this shit gets in my head, and I think about it, and I literally feel like I'm about to spontaneously combust. Like I literally feel
Yeah,
like my blood is boiling and like I'm catching on fire. And
yeah,
and Siren's like, you got to get the fuck away from me. Like you were burning up, you know? And yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if I did spontaneously combust one day thinking about this shit because it's that maddening. It's that maddening, and to see like other practitioners, other sorcerers, other black magicians like fighting for the left or the right. I'm just like,
yeah.
boom, like you can't be an adversarialist without being an anarchist, and therefore you cannot support either
Oh
side
yeah.
of
And
the slave system
and
that's trying
it
to
goes the other
control.
way, Like, I mean, look how many truthers are totally pro Second Amendment, but they're totally against black magic. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely pro Second Amendment. I mean, I've
Yeah,
always got my baby right here on my hip, even when I'm
yeah,
walking around the house at night.
yeah,
And I'm pro black magic, and I'm pro anything that spits in the face of any power organization that wants to tell
yeah.
me what to do and how to live and has their hands on my fucking paycheck.
Oh yeah, man. That's something, man. Too. Taxes keep going up. It's ridiculous that people think that's just going to solve the problems. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, well, we went to Publix earlier today, and we bought just like a handful of things. It was like 4 bags of things, like deodorant, toothpaste, some soda, like some stuff for Thanksgiving. And I go to check out, and it was like $112. And I'm like, I look at Siren. I'm like, what the fuck did we buy that cost $112? And I
Yeah,
went back, looked at the receipt, like everything cost $10. Deodorant, $10.
yeah.
Fucking 6 pack of Coke, $10. Like everything was like $10. And so um if you go back 4 years or I guess 5 years now, we were like groceries have tripled. They've
Yeah.
quadrupled almost. All right. And people thought that like when Trump got elected, that was going to change. Well, the price on anything hasn't dropped, has not dropped at all. He's
No,
not doing away with taxes. He's not
no.
fucking yeah, just I'm saying you cannot ever rely on a politician or anybody in charge to make your life better because it's always
Especially their second
tomorrow.
term.
It's always
They always show
tomorrow.
their true colors their second term.
Yeah, it's always tomorrow. Like, we'll make your life better tomorrow, just like
Yeah.
religion. It's like, oh, you suffer through life and then you get to go to heaven and everything will be good. It's like they're selling you the same bullshit. And so, really, the only thing that I can see that anybody can do in order to make their life better is to grab and take hold of personal power. All right,
Yeah.
you're never going to fix the world. You're never going to change the fucking world. You're never going to make the wrongs right. But what you can do is utilize magic and sorcery and radionics to get yourself to a point where you
Yeah.
are above tyranny. And, you know, really making
At,
money is
at
the
the
best way to do that.
at the very least, like if people are too superstitious to really go into the deep waters, at the very least, you should know how to banish negative energy, clean your aura, do energy healing, remove a curse, remove negative entities from a space. At the very least, you should know like that stuff, the meat and potatoes of just good hygiene.
Yeah, spiritual hygiene.
Yeah. At
And
the very least, people need to learn that.
and that's really what we're all preaching and teaching,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Like I've got my weekly regimen of spiritual hygiene. I've got my radionic system set up, you know, my hunter
Yeah.
killer
Radionic.
system set up to, you know, an adaptive security system that identifies threats as they come and latches onto them, annihilates them. Um, I've got uh, I've got my best friend Jin. We'll just call him Jin because I'm not giving his name.
Yeah.
Anybody that throws anything at me, I mean, he's called a witch killer, Jin, you know,
Oh, sweet.
in the African tradition, and you know, you have to take measures like that to protect yourself,
Yeah.
and once you do, nothing is foolproof. There's always
No.
a weakness. There's always going to be a weakness in your defense system, and whenever somebody throws a curse at you, the one favor that it does you is shows you where you're the weakest because magic, especially baneful magic, always takes the path of least resistance. So if somebody throws a successful curse at you, wherever it hits you is going to be where you're at the weakest. The chink in your armor, that's where it's going
Yeah.
to hit you. And then it says, okay, you recognize that as a practitioner and be like, okay, I just got hit right here. I need to fix this. I need to make this better. I need to fortify myself or my family in this area more and absolutely have a defense system in place to not only identify that and dissolve that energy radionically to keep it from hurting you for real, hurting you, but you also want to have strong, powerful, really nasty, bloodthirsty allies that enjoy killing whoever tries to hurt you because they're always hungry.
Yeah. Dude, so going back to the organ and stuff, I had this idea for something to do for protection. Are you familiar with like earth pipes?
No.
It's basically just like an orgone like an orgone pipe bomb, I guess. It's not a pipe bomb, but it's just an orgone pipe capped off, and you stick them in the ground. You stick them in the ground. But I thought about,
Like around your house or what?
yeah, a lot of people do them around the house, and most people say that that's where you get like the most bang for the buck as far as like the positive benefits of using like orgone gifting. I guess is what people call it when you stick it around like cell phone towers and stuff, I guess. But so I had this idea to make protection ones where you program the quartz crystals and the quartz sand and all the materials and everything. And so I was going to do two versions of it, right? An angelic one and a demonic one. So I'll just use the angelic one for an example right now because it's so familiar with people with the lesser branch of the pentagram. So do one for each of the elements, right? So you got Raphael for air, and Gabriel for water, Michael for fire, Uriel for earth, and then program them, lock that program in, for protection, and then stick them at the four corners of your property.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds badass.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about making some.
Uh, I think you should make some. I don't know if we should make them and sell them or not, but I'll definitely buy some from you.
I just give them to you. But I was thinking, yeah, and then for the demonic ones, I'd probably just do like Samael, Lilith, and Tubal Cain and Naamah. But yeah, it's
That
a
would be
cool
cool.
idea.
That would be
But
cool.
again, like orgone is one of those things. There's so much misinformation on it. You ever done a deep dive into Wilhelm Reich?
I mean, I've read about him. I've watched videos of people talking about him. Like, but I mean, as far as a deep dive, no.
Oh yeah, well he's he's a suspicious guy, for sure. He's a really suspicious guy. I'm surprised more people don't talk about how suspicious he is. So he's a Jewish communist that came out of Sigmund Freud's camp, but none of that really matters. I mean, I guess because you're talking about like a communist from that time period, from that part of the world, from that college, but he was doing these weird experiments, and this is where I think a lot of the misinformation from Oregon comes from, is because he's trying to rebrand it to kind of fit his weird little like sexual ideology. You know what I mean? Because I think Oregon is literally just ether. I think it's just the ether. I think you're just manipulating ether drift when you're dealing with it. But he was like taking like little kids in the basement and having them like do stuff while everyone's like taking notes, and a bunch of the guys around him were all diddling these kids, and I think he diddled a few kids too. And then the people
You
that
should be
took
skinned
over,
alive and fucking publicly murdered.
oh yeah, dude. And then uh the people that took over his work after he died in prison, they were all diddling kids too. They were all just like, abusing kids, because these are like psychologists, right? Parents would take their kids there, the guy would diddle them, and then the kid would try to tell their parents about it. And, back then you couldn't talk about it, like people would just think you're making it up. People didn't want to believe in that kind of stuff back
Is
then.
he the one that did like the first trans surgery on the twins?
No, 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 but it's the same ideology though.
Yeah.
It's the same type of ideology, same type of ethnic background too.
Yeah, that's
The same.
fucking sick, man. Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
I, like
But
that's the only thing that pedos are good for, is being guinea pigs in our experiments.
yeah, it's
Like,
crazy because like because occultists all know about Oregon and Wilhelm Reich, and truthers all know about it, but no one talks about this stuff.
it's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, isn't it?
And I'm gonna say like a true adversarialist would never harm a child,
Oh yeah. I mean,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's
But
the worst thing that anyone can do.
yeah,
You
he
know,
was like an Alfred Kinsey type of guy. He was kind of the predecessor to Kinsey. So.
gotcha.
But no one talks about it. It's nuts, man. No one talks about it.
Well, maybe because it's like a really dark, gloomy subject to talk about.
Yeah, it did change the mood of the interview, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it definitely did. It's got my blood boiling now just thinking about it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get back into the
The box.
radionics
Wow.
aspect. This
Dude,
is
I
the
love
new
the black
machine.
varnish and the black stick plate. Oh, it looks so good with the gold jacks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it does look good.
You got the
And
antenna.
so, from Black Friday up until New Year's, we'll be doing a 40% off sale on all Byron's Radionics machines through our website, jsgarrett.net. And yeah, if you want a Radionics box of the highest quality for the best affordable price, like, you're not going to get a better opportunity than this.
Oh yeah.
And
I'll hook you up.
as far as ritual sales, like, I'll never do a mass sale on my website for ritual for hire, because I'll be booked out for 2 fucking years, and I'll have people doing chargebacks on me because they don't want to wait for a year to have the rituals done, because I
Yeah.
stay booked out 2 months all year round pretty much. But I am doing a sale on my Patreon for my top tier Patreon subscribers from Black Friday up until Christmas. Each of my top tier Patreon subscribers will be able to purchase one of my sacrificial rites at 50% off. All right. So if you're not a top tier Patreon subscriber, then I'm sorry. But if you are, then you get access to all of my exclusive content. You get to participate in my monthly group sacrificial rites, and you will have the opportunity to purchase one of my sacrificial rites at half off. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
the that's as far as I'm willing to go, as far as doing like a sale on radionics, and or sale on ritual for hire. Yeah, I think like a sale like once a year on the holidays as far as radionic stuff goes. Like that's pretty good, man. That's giving people an opportunity to get this at a much more affordable price. You
Oh
know?
yeah, the broadcaster and the vampire box. Those things make good stocking stuffers.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know if you could
if I
fit
pulled
that
one
in
of
a
those
normal
out of the
stocking.
stocking.
Could you
Huh?
fit that box in a stocking?
Oh, this one ain't fitting in one stocking. No, a
No.
vampire box might. My vampire boxes are kind of big though, but that might. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the vampire box will fit, but
And then for people
no,
that are just tuning in, like this beefed up machine right here, like I said, it has 16 crystals. Each of the crystals have a job. They're not just random crystals in the machine. Uh, two amplifiers in here. And when I mean amplifiers, I mean big blockbuster amplifiers. And one's a preamp, and then the other is the auxiliary amp. And yeah, this is yeah, super potent. I had to get special power supplies for it.
let's see. Jimmy Hames is in the house. What's up, brother? That's one of my oldest friends in the world. He says, "Come on, bro, 80% off."
Yeah,
LOL.
dude.
Fuck no. Dude, 80% off, we would be in the hole. We would be spending money to make these machines. Like, no,
Dude,
40%
I
off.
spend a lot of money on
Like,
material.
yeah, I did the
Yeah.
math. Like the material just for Byron to make these, along with the time that, like I'm still going to be giving Byron his percentage. I'm taking the hit on the percentage off. Me and
Yeah.
L.
So,
So yeah, like we could never do 80% off. Sorry, bro. See, Dan Best question: how do I get started with Rachel? Or I'm
ritual for
assuming you meant
hire.
to say ritual for hire. So far, I've only had a handful of clients. I'm not sure if anything, but yet I've had good feedback. I mean, really the best. I mean, if that's something that you want to do, I mean, the best thing for you to do would be like start an Etsy shop or throw up a website and put your services on there, you know. But
Yeah.
you need to be confident that your rituals do work for people, and you need to you need to be prepared to take on a lot of flack, because you're taking on other people's problems. All right, whenever you do that, you're almost like a therapist.
Yeah.
You
And
get on with
I'm sure some
people, and
people are like really impatient too. I'm sure like if it's because some things could take a whole year to manifest.
yeah,
And
I've seen that. I mean, I've seen it manifest like within a few days, and I've
yeah, it could be
seen it
right
take
away.
like a year to get what they want.
Yeah.
And yeah, just I don't know. A lot of people want to do ritual for hire, and I absolutely encourage you to do that if that's what you want to do. As long as you are good at what you do, you want to have something unique. All right, you create your own unique rituals that you offer. That's something different than anybody else offers,
Yeah.
and you hone your craft and get really really good at it, and then people will be banging your door down, asking you to do these things for them, and you'll be successful. Let's see. Jimmy Hames says had to try. Yeah, motherfucker. I'll tell you what, Jimmy. If you want one of these boxes for Christmas, I'll send you one. All right. I'll it's been a few years since I've sent you a Christmas present, so I'll totally hook you up, bro. Jimmy's one of my oldest friends. We used to clean pools together, man.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he did some of my very first sacrificial rites with me and shit. Like he's back in Georgia, where I'm from. Uh, Best friends with him, his mom, his wife and kids. Like they are family. So yeah, I'll definitely I'll hook you up for 80% off for a Christmas present, bro. But you and only you. Yeah, Travis Keenan says ritual for hire, pure dedication. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as people think. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world. And I'll give you an
Yeah.
example. I just did an enhanced deification rite for a gentleman who was suffering from a health condition. I won't give too much information, but long story short, he got the COVID vaccine, and it completely
Uh,
wrecked his fucking
yeah.
nervous system, fucked
Yeah.
him up 6 ways from Sunday. I
Yeah,
just did
horrible.
a double sacrificial rite for him the other night. It's been 4 days, and he wrote me today and said that he hasn't seen any improvement. All right. And so if I did that and the results were zero, then that means I have to go back to the drawing board and figure
Yeah,
out what the fuck I could possibly do in order to help this guy. Because I mean, I'm working against pharmaceuticals here. You know, a
dude.
pharmaceutical
A
drug that's
literal
trying to
bio
wreck the human
weapon, a
body.
futuristic bio weapon.
Yeah, and
Dude,
I'm not the
dude, I
type.
saw a 21. Dude, I know a 21-year-old chick that died from that shit, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I
21,
know
dude.
multiple young people that have died from that shit,
Yeah.
and
Another
it's
one was
like,
27.
yeah, my thing is I never leave my clients hanging. You know, like 97% of the time they get exactly what they want first round go. First shot. I do the ritual for you and they're good to go, you know? But once in a while I run into a case where something does not work the way that it should, and instead of being like, well, too bad, so sad, motherfucker, like it comes with no guarantees and no refunds, I'm just like, that really bothers me, dude. Like I've been butthurt about it all day. I've been thinking about it all day and trying to think like, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board and see
So,
what can I do to help this guy, you know, because
what,
he paid good money for a sacrificial right. And yeah, I like total failure is a no-go in my book. So I've got to make that right. And so if you're doing ritual for hire for people, you got to be prepared to like go above and beyond once in a while past what
yeah,
you're normally used to doing for someone, because you're
I
going to
would. If
come
I
up
was in a
against
situation like
cases
that.
that are difficult.
So, one thing you could try doing is, especially if you know what brand he had, uh, maybe use that for a witness sample and dial in to the negative effects of it, and then you know minus that by 100, and then neutralize it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So you might
Well,
want to dial into the negative effects of it, neutralize it, and that'll buy you some time to figure it out. Then maybe
that's
the next time
that's
when you do your next operation, it might work a little bit better.
That's exactly what he said in his email. He even
Oh,
sent me
okay.
an old video of Uncle Chucky and he was like, hey, you know, I think I've got this going on. This video explains, you know, how to neutralize shit with a radionics machine. Like maybe you could try this on me before you do this again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to incorporate radionics in this. Probably going to run about a 2 week operation on him with multiple machines before I attempt to do a ritual again. And Dan
Yeah,
Best says, so if your rituals for hire do not work, or if you have to redo them, do you charge more when it comes to the price? The answer is no, I don't. If my shit doesn't work, then I redo it again for free. Like, I
I
care
would.
that much about what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, I'm sure most people don't. So
So Jimmy says, Kelly and the girls said hi. Hey, brother, give them all hugs from me. It's been way too long since I've seen y'all. I'm actually planning to take a trip down south to visit my family around Christmas. That definitely includes you. So I hope that we can all go out to dinner or something, and you can meet my new lady, my new fiance, Siren, and yeah, yeah, that would be awesome, bro. Let's see. Caleb Shipway, are you going to say hi to me? Absolutely. What's up, Caleb? You doing good? Let's see. You should. So- Doom. Doom said you sound like a fair man. Well, I mean, I try to be fair, you know,
yeah,
and I actually try to be more than fair most of the time. Like I take pride in my work, and I take pride in having a 97% return rate on clientele. And so, like I said, when something doesn't work the way it's supposed to, I'm going to go back as a scientist. I have to go back to the drawing board and figure out. Okay, first question is why didn't it work? Why did this not work the same way it's worked for 1,000 other people I've done it for? All right. And so I've got to figure out the why. What the fuck happened? What went wrong? And then correct that mistake and then try again. And yeah, I don't charge anything extra when that happens. I tell you what, I could. Most of them have offered, oh, I'll pay you again to try again. I'm just like, no, you paid me the first time. You didn't get nothing out of it. So that really bothers me. Like it eats at me like acid on my soul.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, like I can't sleep at night. I'm sitting there like, why didn't it work? Like, what did I do wrong? Or did I do something wrong? Is it something going on their end? Was it something going on my end? Like, what the fuck is the problem here? And I eventually always figure it out, you know? And yeah, that's as fair as I can be. Jay Sauber sent us a super chat. Thank you, brother. He's another good friend of mine. Glad to see you in the house. We've done some personal work together, experiments together. Dude is a badass black magician. Thank you for being here, bro. See, Jimmy says Millie said you're bald like me. Jimmy, since when are you bald, motherfucker? You had hair last time I seen you. Did you go bald or did you start shaving your head? I'm gonna have to call this dude after we hang up. Like, man, what's going on? Why are you bald now? See, Aisha says Behemoth X, Curtis Joseph, J.S. Garrett, Matthew Lawrence, my favorites. I'll tell you, the one true Curtis is my favorite by far. I love that guy. I absolutely love him. Let's see. Jimmy says both. LOL. All right, man. Uh-oh, you disappeared.
There we go.
You know, there's worse things than being bald, Jimmy. You know, I shaved my head for most of my young adult life until I got a government job and I couldn't have facial hair. And then it's like if I have no beard and no hair, then I look like a chemo patient, you know? And so I was like, okay, if I can't have a beard, I got to have like a high and tight or whatever. So I got used to having the high and tight. Then when I hit like, I don't know, I hit like 32 or something, I started getting the receding hairline. It started getting thin right here. And I was like, fuck it, I don't work for the government anymore. I'm going to grow my beard and start shaving my head again. I was like, there's worse things than being bald. And I'll tell you what, a lot of women like bald guys. They really
Yeah,
do. I mean,
true.
they might like a man with nice long hair too, but yeah, a lot of them like bald dudes. So you're not sacrificing much by shaving your head. Let's see. Nina, EA was a guest last Sunday. Go check it out. All right. We'll definitely check that out. I missed it. Let's see.
Yeah.
You almost look like Brian Scott. Who's Brian Scott? You know who
Yeah,
that
who's
is?
Brian Scott?
I, I don't know. He must be handsome though, if you're talking about me looking like him. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about you, Byron. Maybe you look like a Brian Scott, but I don't know. Either way, he's a handsome guy.
Yeah, either way, he's a good looking
Either way.
guy. Oh, he talks about alien abduction.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, brother, we've been on for like right at an hour. Do you have anything that you want to leave the audience with? Anything you want to wrap this up with?
Yeah, just be on the lookout for this one right here. And this is just going to be temporary because, like I said, I want to get a better casing for it. And because
Right.
I also want to offer different versions of it. So,
I'm definitely getting myself one for Christmas.
dude, they're nuts, man. They're nuts.
Are you going to give me the 40% discount that you're giving everybody
Yeah,
else?
of course,
Okay.
man.
All
I'll
right.
hook you up. Of
All right.
course.
Cool.
Jesus. What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? So, yeah, any questions?
Let's see. The girls bet me $10 I wouldn't shave it. Times are tough. Had to get that money. That's what Jimmy said. See, yeah. All right, we're gonna have to check out this dude. He says he has a great YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Great
I'll
chat.
check it out.
El the Alchemist says great chat. Check out the website. Travis Keenan. Going to grab one of those for sure. Fuck yeah, bro. So Dan Best, thank you guys. Aisha, I saw JS at a Speedway gas station in Kentucky one time at checkout, like 3 years ago or so, I think. You did? You saw me at a gas station?
In Kentucky?
I don't know.
Where
Last time I was in Kentucky was like 4 years ago, but yeah, I don't doubt it.
yeah,
Maybe you did.
we're thinking about moving to the Kentucky, West Virginia area.
Oh yeah. See, VK Vidian says great stream, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've had a blast being on. I want to thank all
Yeah,
of
man.
you who are here participating in the chat. Thank you to everyone who's going to watch this video later after it airs. And thank you, Byron, for making some high quality, badass
Dude.
occult machinery that we
Yeah.
can all
I-
use to
Is
better our
isn't
lives.
it isn't it nuts though? I mean, I mean, you saw the inside of that.
Yeah,
You know, like it's one of the coolest things about radionics is you can draw a radionics machine on paper and it'll still work. But that's a double-edged sword because I think there's like machines on the market that don't exactly work as described because they're gonna work even if they don't work. And I kind of think that's a problem, man. I mean, not for me. I put out good stuff, so it's good for me. But it's one of those things, you know. It's a double-edged sword, you know.
I think a lot of those people that like make shit machines that don't have like electricity and stuff like running to them and aren't really
Yeah.
transmitting a signal, I think they're more counting on like the law of attraction to help
Yeah.
people manifest their shit
Yeah.
along with their machine. All right, that is not what we're doing. This is not
No.
the law of attraction. It's not manifestation. It's not even really magic. It is a scientific process that if you put this and this on a machine and tune the dials to the correct frequencies and is going to transfer the energy along with your intent into whatever you put on that output plate, and it's either going to you can use it to help someone or you can use it to fuck something up. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter, has no conscience. It's just like a gun. You know, you point and you pull the trigger, you fire the bullet. That bullet doesn't care who it hits.
Yeah. It's crazy how good they are at healing, man. Really
Yeah,
good for healing. You
yeah.
know. Crazy. It's crazy the stuff you can do with them, you know? And the thing that's nuts is, you know, so I bought like 7 machines when I first got into radionics, and then I started making my own. And you know how like I program the vigil candles? That's like whenever I'm doing like something just for a wish, you know, a wish. Uh, just program it into a vigil candle because it has all that clean energy, has all the information it needs, and then just lets it out, you know. And then I usually get my results really fast doing that. But I remember because like the first machines I made weren't even nearly as good as these ones. And this is like way before I decided to start selling them. And but then when I would grab the candles that came off of my machine, they had like 3 times, 4 times stronger of a charge than the ones from the ones I bought, you know. And I was like, man, that's yeah, it's you know, crushing it. So
Fuck yeah, brother. You should do a video on that. Um, telling people, explaining to people how you do that with the candles.
you know, I have a few times. I probably should do it again. I just made a couple of potentizers. So I have one that's not being used. It's so man, maybe I should do one with that.
Oh yeah, brother.
Because that's why I made the potentizer. You know, that's one of the reasons was so I can program like all my candles and incense and vigil candles and everything. If I'm going to do something outdoors, I'll even because I have like these kind of thin glass jars. They look like flasks for like you know like a organic maple syrup, like stuff tapped straight from a tree in Canada. But but I just program everything in there, and then go. You know, if I'm doing outside, I'll program some tea or some coffee or some moonshine to use as a libation, and if not, regardless, I program all of my ritual supplies on the potentizer, and you just get such good results. And when you have like you know, when all of your supplies are programmed, they've been programming for a week, and then you do a big ritual. I mean, the whole room almost becomes like psychedelic. You know, you start kind of having the depth perception, and you know, you really pick up on it. It makes a complete difference. It makes a complete difference.
I think you should do a whole separate video about all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I probably should do another one. Yeah, I need to start making videos, man. I hate making videos. You know what we're doing now? I can just totally sit and talk all day. You know,
Yeah.
all day I can talk.
It's different when you're just filming by yourself.
Dude, it
You
sucks,
know, you're
man.
doing a live stream or a podcast. It's just an
Yeah,
organic conversation. You forget that you're being filmed, you
yeah,
know. But
totally.
yeah, sitting down and doing like a long tutorial by yourself, that's more
Dude,
difficult. People don't
yeah,
understand how difficult that is.
yeah. I gained more respect for content creators after that. I was like, man, this sucks. I
Yeah,
need to start. I
definitely.
need to start taking it more serious, though. I really do.
I think you should, man. And look, I want to thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
making like high quality radionic equipment for the website. Thank you. Like you've been an ally, a friend, and a brother in a lot of ways. So
Oh
thank you for
yeah.
coming on and doing the stream with me. I hope that we can continue to work together indefinitely. Thank you for everybody who was participating in the chat, everybody that watches afterwards, anybody that
Yeah.
purchases one of these machines. You will not
And,
be
and I
disappointed.
and I gotta say, man, with the whole chat and everything, dude, you got a great soul tribe, man. Awesome people in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Awesome. You know.
absolutely.
So
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank
yeah,
you,
man. You
everybody.
take care.
We're going to end this live stream here. I love you
Much love,
all.
dude.
Have a good night.
Take care.